Welcome to the Healing Hour. I am your host, Athena Rodriguez, and we'll be having some healing conversations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Healing Hour podcast. Today we have our special guest, Lydia Arleen.
Hi. So
Yes.
excited to be here.
We're so happy to have you. So, Lydia is a former cast member of Love is Blind on Netflix. Catch her on there. And just tell us a little bit more about yourself, like a little
Yes, I
synopsis.
am a proud Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in the gorgeous island of Puerto Rico.
Boricua.
Boricua de pura cepa. And I am a geologist by study, so I don't perform anymore. I don't work as a geologist anymore, but I have 7 years of experience in the field, and I'm now a full-time content creator, like I like to say. And what else? I am one of 5 kids, and I was raised by a single mother. Uh, who am I? I am a very passionate, loving, caring, spontaneous, loud
Love to
individual.
see it. Yes. So you let's talk about identity a little bit since y'all it is the last day
Of
right now.
Hispanic Heritage Month. I can't believe it went out so fast.
I know. And we were just talking about how weird it was that it starts in the middle of the month and then ends
And some of the middle of the other month, like, no, it should be like
the
you
whole
should,
month.
yeah. If you're not gonna do it, then do 2 months. Why
Exactly.
not?
Why not? there's so many Latin countries that like we can really just keep this going.
Yeah, like
We
there's
can
so
keep
much to
this
tell. What
going.
are you talking about?
There's so much heritage. There's so
It
much,
is.
right? So how do you think your heritage like shaped your identity?
Being Boricua, like is on my bloodshed, right? It's like it's in my bones,
Yeah.
and that smell that smell of arroz con gandules
Uy.
and the sound of the coqui I take it everywhere with me.
Yeah.
Like I even when I moved out the island, I only moved out of the island back in 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was literally born and raised
Are you
there.
homesick? That's
Yes,
like soon.
I get very born like homesick all the time, and it's part of who I am. It's part of how I move, how I love, how I bounce back, how I
Yeah.
heal. I being Puerto Rican is truly who I am. Like
Right.
I was talking to my best friend the other day, and I was like, we were just doing like posts of social media. Said like, oh, ask this to your best friend and whatever. And the first question is like, what do you tell me? It was the first time me waking up and I have forgotten my memory, or and
Yeah.
she's like that you're Puerto Rican. And I'm like, oh my god, that is so true and that's
No,
so real.
literally.
Because I carry it with a lot of pride. Being Puerto Rican has taught me that resilience can be soft, and faith, family, flavor
Flavor,
are
yes.
survival tools. So I am all about embracing my heritage and my roots.
Right. I literally love whenever I see creators who incorporate so much of their culture into their like online persona, into their, identity because it really is what makes us unique. Like personally, I'm Cape Verdean, so it's like if you go on my page, like I'm fully repping to the fullest because I feel like being in a melting pot like America, it's so easy to
blend
to blend in.
yeah, and then like don't want to be a person that's gonna be like I'm gonna forget where I come from.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, and I feel like so, and I carry being Puerto Rican with so much pride. I'm an Afro Latina, and
Yes.
I make sure that everybody knows that because it's not something small, and it's a lot of who I am.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans are very warm people. Very caring. They're very fiesteros. And
Yes.
they're the party person in the group of people. So I think it all comes with just being who you are.
Right. I definitely love my Puerto Ricans. Shout out to
Yes.
my best friend in the whole wide world. She's Puerto Rican. And
There you go.
we
That's
grew up
how I know I
together.
like you.
We grew up together. So I grew up eating all the foods.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you know any good food spots, let me know.
Ay, qué rico. Ya me dio hambre.
Right? And like down here, when I moved to Texas, it was like all like the Puerto Rican food and like the Dominican food, the Caribbean food, period. There's like not a lot of it down here like
Nope.
it was in Boston, where it's like everywhere you go, it's so much culture and it's so multicultural and you could enjoy
There's
everybody's
like
culture.
a lot. I feel like in Houston, there's a lot of diversity, but it's like very more Mexican than anything else that you can find.
Yeah.
However, it's like more like Tex-Mex. It's always kind of like being a little Americanized. And in terms of like, there's a few spots that are in Puerto Ricans that are delicious, but they're like so spread out.
Yeah.
It's like difficult to find. But once you find like that spot, you're like, okay, I'm good. But worst case scenario, I just buy a flight to Puerto Rico, and which I
I
did
feel that.
2 weeks ago, and it was
Yes.
amazing.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You got to see Benito.
I got to see my buddy. I made a full-on video because I couldn't find tickets to see Bad Bunny.
Oh.
And I posted on my social media. I was like, you know what? I don't care if I'm going to do, like, I'm not going to be, hacer el ridículo en internet. I don't care. I'm going to go for it because I need to
Yeah.
find Bad Bunny tickets. That's not how I found Bad Bunny tickets. However, I was like, you know what? When he announced the last concert,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to buy the tickets.
Period.
I'm going to buy the Puerto Rico tickets, and I don't care if I'm going to find the concert tickets. It's going to happen.
Manifesting it.
Yeah. So I was like, I bought the flight tickets.
Yeah.
Then on Wednesday, I didn't receive the email with the code.
Oh.
And I was like, no.
It's
It's like, screw it. I'm going to still go.
Period.
And I'm going to find tickets. Even if I have to go to El Coliseo
Yeah.
and go that day
Yeah.
and try to find it, I'm going to find them.
Yeah.
And el que persevera triunfa, because my friend got a text and it was like someone like selling tickets. I'm like, yes,
Please.
yes. And I got to see Benito that day.
Oh, I'm so jealous to this day. I've not been to a Bad Bunny concert.
Wait, the whole United States gonna see out of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Yes, I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl too because I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I feel like 2026 is truly gonna be Puerto Rico's year.
Yeah.
Like, we also are gonna have Miss Universe
Oh yeah.
being hosted actually in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
next
that's
year.
crazy.
Yeah, so it has been like in 20 years. It's something outrageous.
Mhm.
So we're very excited.
Yeah.
Us Puerto Ricans are very excited, and we adopt you, baby.
Yes.
Okay,
I feel like home.
there you go. Nuestra prima política.
Right? Let me blend in real quick.
Say un poquito more.
More.
I love it.
I know that one too.
We got it.
Right. I love that. And I feel like, especially like with all this division going on with like, you know,
Definitely
the
with
Trump administration.
Oh,
it's still
and that
like,
is something that I want to like really like hone on. I was talking to my friends the other day. I was like, I feel like now with this administration,
Mhm.
it has allowed, it's almost may make it permissible to actually people show their true colors.
Yeah.
How like nasty and disgusting. There's a lot of nasty and disgusting people out there,
Mhm.
and like actually making being racist a norm.
Yeah.
I think, and it's all with this current administration. I think
Mhm.
it's very upsetting, and it's
Yeah.
like, this is the best thing that could actually happen, that the Super Bowl is a Puerto Rico, because it's kind of like a fu
Yeah.
to all those people that are racist.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Point blank, period.
And also it has like actually like woken up and being like, you cannot be racist and it can be dumb. You cannot do
Mhm.
those two things at the same
No.
time. And Puerto Rico is part of the United States, people.
Yes.
It is a United States territory. We have
Oh
been
wait,
for
no. Donald Trump, he
ages.
said he has to talk to the president of Puerto Rico.
Oh my God. I'm like, dude, you have to talk to yourself. I cannot stand him. There was one fan that she commented on one of my videos. It was actually the like a transition of my nails, and I went down even to my nails for the
I
Puerto Rican
loved it.
nails.
I saw it. I loved
Yeah,
it.
in that video. And then they posted and said, oh yeah, like I love that they're the Super Bowl because the orange labubu that we have. And I'm like, that is so funny. I cracked, and I was like, this is so funny. And I'm like, that's why I hate labubu. It makes sense.
Yes. The
It
little
makes
troll.
sense.
They're both little
Yeah.
trolls.
Yeah, like they look devil, like they look
Yes.
evil. And I'm
No,
like,
yeah.
so yeah.
No, I definitely feel you, but it's like what I do like is that like this division kind of highlighted some unity as well because like, you know, now it's like whenever you're forced to take a side, like, you know, are you either with our Hispanic brothers and sisters or are you not? You know?
Exactly.
So now it's like, you know, we have
And it's showing people true colors, right? Like,
exactly.
Like they're taking their mask off. They're showing you who they are.
Yeah.
They're nastier, and definitely the hate online is
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is this?
Right.
But at the same time, it's the love and like people
Yeah.
being very proud, very vocal, very honest, very empathetic.
Yes.
Because empathy, people, how we lost empathy in this
Mhm.
time and age, like it's insane.
Everyone's perfect, so nobody has
Yes.
empathy.
No one has empathy,
Yeah.
and everybody knows more about your life than what you do.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy.
No room for grace, no
Nope.
room for
Nope.
understanding. None of that. So with the so we are excited for the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. So who do you think is going to be performing with Benito?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think honestly, like I think this is the best like stand up that he can do for our
Yeah.
community. And I think I know Benito and how Bad Bunny's been
Mhm.
throughout the years, and I believe that he's gonna make sure that he makes a stand. He's already making history.
Yeah, he's a revolutionary. I love
He's
him.
making already history. The what he did this year for Puerto Rico is like goes
Mhm.
above anybody that has done. Like he's an icon now,
Yeah.
and he's a world known artist
Mhm.
that is putting Puerto Rico back in the map.
Yes. I knew I loved him when he was refusing to give interviews in English. I was like, I love that man.
Yeah.
Man,
And
he's
then he
not
was like,
yeah.
"No, I'm not gonna do concerts because like ICE is gonna be like
Yeah.
inside the concerts." Like
And then you stimulate your economy back home. Like that's the biggest way that you can go back to your
it
community and help
it
people.
blow every prediction in the economy that they had like billions. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is insane.
Yeah.
This
I
is
love it.
insane.
Even the album was so like reminiscent of like I can
I
just
know. And I'm
hear
like
the history throughout
everybody
it.
like asked me what's your favorite album. I'm like the last one. It just brings
Mhm.
me back home
Yeah.
and it makes me be loud, more loud
Yeah.
than I am about being Puerto Rican, and it truly is that thing that you can take from home away from home.
Right.
Because I don't live in Puerto Rico, but I go back in there now that I'm single. It's easier,
Mhm.
and I think and believe that whenever I want to feel close to home, I just put Bad Bunny on the co-
Right?
on the radio, and that's
He's at
it.
home.
But I'm at home.
That's another reason why I really love the album was like I'm not Puerto Rican, but I am Cape Verde and I am from an island, and it was just the album itself was just like such a going home
I
album to
know.
where I just felt like I want to go back home. Like it's
It
time for
takes
my
you back to the
homecoming.
roots.
Yeah, I just felt the roots. Like I felt like even like the nod to like the African heritage, the Taino heritage. Like I just felt all of that, and I was just
And
like,
we just
wow,
passed Indigenous People Day, National Indigenous Day.
yes,
So
I love that.
I was like, oh yes, period.
I
Everything's
love
happening.
that. And it's like, especially whenever you come from a country where it has multicultural heritage, it's so important to touch on each of the cultures that make up
Yes.
that
Yes.
the monolith. So yes, girl. So speaking of being, since we're talking about Latin culture and being a proud Latina, so when you were on Love is Blind, how did you think like what was your um I guess like intention on putting on for the Latinas?
I mostly and wholeheartedly I was the first Puerto Rican that actually made it to the altar
Period.
and the first one that got married. Because then after me, season six, Amy, my
Oh.
Puerto Rican sis. Um, but I took that with a lot of responsibility, and I
Yeah.
think obviously the editing and what they show, what they don't show is out of my control. But I was
Mhm.
truly myself, and
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I didn't look back at it and said,
Mhm.
"Oh, I should have acted X or Y or Z," because I was
Yeah.
truly myself.
Right.
It was a chapter in my life. Yes, you guys met me in TV, and it was one chapter. I have unfortunately have to outgrow the person that I was in terms of not having to what's the word? So I didn't want like I have to outgrow that version of
Mhm.
myself that needed to prove herself to
Yeah.
be loved.
Mm.
And not necessarily that I'm rejecting who I was. I am learning to grow and love that
Mhm.
person. And I am choosing what is next for me.
Right.
And I think that's the most important thing to take off about it. A lot of people don't agree with what they saw of me on TV. It came with a lot of noise. It came with a lot of judgment. It came with a lot of hate. Even recently, with the whole situation with my marriage falling apart, there's a lot of hate that was coming in
Mm.
my way. And I just kept saying to myself, the hate will come in waves, but I'm the
Yeah.
ocean.
Whenever you're an influencer and a public figure, people think that words are just gonna roll off you, like they don't see you as a person, they just see you as a character on TV.
And we are human beings.
Right.
And we're persons, people that are literally like putting our story in hands of strangers because these people don't know us, the ones that
Yeah.
are aiding in or like they're trying to do their job and do the best way that they can possibly do. But it
Mhm.
wasn't Lydia's show. Obviously, if it was my show, it was going to be presented very differently,
Yeah.
but it was out of my control. And
Mhm.
at the same time, it's my life, your entertainment.
Exactly. I applaud you because personally, like criticisms, like I don't look at my like Instagram is a lot more like kind to me.
No,
Because
okay.
people that I know.
There's layers. There's
Yeah, layers.
layers. There's layers. There's like Reddit. I don't even.
Oh, no, no,
I don't
no.
even. I don't even. No, no. There's Reddit. There's Facebook.
Oh, no, they get nasty on there.
Facebook. Oh my god. It's like I have every Love Is Blind page blocked.
Ooh.
I have the filters like it's like also Facebook for me is like very familiar. Like I only have
Mhm.
my family down there. I
Yeah.
don't have any public thing. I have a like a page that I needed to have for Instagram, but I don't have like fans or anybody like that. I
Mhm.
just have my family and I blocked everything because it's another
Mm.
whole level. Then there's Instagram
Yeah.
and there's TikTok. I think TikTok and Instagram fight for what plays are gonna be in
Yeah.
terms of hate, but I think it's more vocal in Instagram because I have a bigger platform there.
That
If that
makes
makes sense.
sense.
But I keep reminding because people are like, Lydia, how do you do it? How do you do it?
Mhm.
First, reminding myself that I know who I am, and
Mm.
there's a lot of people that love me for who I am,
Right.
and you have to be very miserable to go on into a stranger's page and leave a hate comment.
Right.
And it's all go back to like what I was talking earlier about this current administration and stuff like that. It's like the level, like it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
You don't know me because you saw 2 hours and 30 minutes of my face.
Right.
I'm a stranger to you. And I tried very hard to be very vulnerable in my social media and
Mhm.
being very real and authentic. Sometimes I post because I need to post something that actually represents the moment that I am at now,
Mm.
not necessarily because it's going to perform well. Because that's another whole like
Oh, yeah.
myth. Oh, she's probably rich. Of social media. No, guys, I don't even get paid for this. Like, this is press. This is marketing. This is
Mhm.
social media. This is like you guys getting to know me. Like,
Yeah.
and it was when I share my or announced my divorce. Oh my gosh, she did it for the money. No, I didn't. There's
Yeah.
no money in there. Like, I
Mm.
lost my corporate job 2 months ago
Mhm.
because of my fibromyalgia.
Aw.
And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to like
Mhm.
being very vocal about chronic illness, cyberbullying, self worth.
Right.
It's just creating something with purpose.
Because how like you guys are so tough for dealing with the cyberbullying.
Thick
Like,
skin. You have to have thick skin. But honestly, bullying was never a foreign subject for me.
mm.
I grew up being bullied. And the other day I was on a TikTok live and I was like sharing this story with my audience. And there was one Puerto Rican girl. She was like, "Ah, we all look like that. I don't understand what you're trying to say." And I'm like,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh, ooh. It does still exist. Like, not because I'm sharing my
Yeah.
experience means it's not valid. Like, valid. It did happen. I
Not
was the,
invalidating your experience.
yeah,
How you gonna tell me what the hell happened to
yes. Because
me?
there's like, yes, there's the Afro Latinas and there's the white Latinas.
Yeah.
Majority of my classroom were white Latinas.
Mhm.
And yes, even in Puerto Rico, there's racism.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, don't back then I remember like I was the only one. My mom made it a very, very, very tough thing and a very like on stone
Mhm.
to love my hair, to
Mm.
never straighten it out.
And I love it, and it's
Thank
healthy,
you.
and it's
It hurts such, but
girl, it still look good.
um, I'm pretty sure she made sure that I loved
Yeah.
what it looked like, even though
Mhm.
everybody was telling me other things. Like
Right.
I was bullied into like I was in fifth grade. I was
Mhm.
called Ugly Betty. I was called
No.
the Ugly Duckling. I
Yeah.
was like all the names. Like my hair looked like a mop. Like things like
That's
that didn't
crazy.
have anything to do because the other ones that have the curly hair
Mhm.
will straighten it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or the one that had the curly hair, she was white, like fair skin. So,
Mhm.
and I was the only one with brown skin, and I my, so it was like brown curly hair, like everything that it was like not the norm into
Yeah.
society. And this is what I'm talking. I'm 34 years old. This
Mhm.
was what 30 years ago. Like now, it's very
It's a
embraced.
little, yeah.
Now it's like yes, curly hair.
Mhm.
Now everyone wants to have
Everybody,
curly
they're
hair.
getting perms to get it curly. Like,
Yeah, like now everybody
yeah.
wants to embrace their curls.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants to go to natural heritage, and it's like
Mhm.
it comes with that. So when back then, and when as I grow, I learned that very early, very young, that I look at the pictures now, and I was like, I was a gorgeous kid,
Yeah.
but I let everybody tell me who I was,
Mhm.
and I believed them. So now in this time and age, when I am being cyberbullied,
Yeah.
when I'm scrolling on my For You page and um there's this page called Love is Blind Best Moments or something like that.
Mhm.
Shout out to you guys. You're so
Yeah.
nice. Not. And it said like the worst people or the messiest people of Love is Blind.
Mhm.
And I scrolled down and the first person was me.
Oh.
And it said psychopath.
Oh.
And I totally cannot stand her. I was like, damn.
That's rough.
Like I almost
Yeah.
wanted to tell him like or her, I don't know,
Mhm.
whoever, why. Like one thing is to say like, oh, I don't like her character,
Mhm.
because people tend to forget once your opinion has a name call,
Mm.
an offense, an insult, a name that is not the name that my mom gave me.
Right.
It stops being an opinion and it starts being
An
a
attack.
disrespectful thing to do, or it
Yeah.
starts being rude.
Mhm.
It starts being you're being a
A
bully.
bully. Like you're not a human being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to remember back to when I was a kid.
Right.
Do not believe what people tell you who you are, because labels
Yeah.
can be turned into cages.
Yes.
And I'm not rejecting who I was, and I'm not saying that you were right. So I'm
Mhm.
not a psychopath. Have been I've been in therapy since 2020, way
Period.
before the show, and still
Yeah.
am. I couldn't do it without therapy right now.
Yeah.
Like everything in my life has gone the other way around, and
Mhm.
it has just given me the tools to keep going. At this
Mm.
point in age, I was talking to one of my doctors, and he was like, "There's nothing that's gonna break you, Lydia.
Mm.
You had shown me that." I'm like, "You're right."
Especially having that, from a child. And, I'm not new to it either. Like in our culture,
Yeah.
it's very colorist, very texturist, because, we're also like a mixed nation. So we're African and Portuguese.
There you
And
go.
so the ones who look more Portuguese and have the fairer skin, the straighter hair, like of course they're seen as like the
Oh, the
beauties
beauties.
of the nation. And that's the only ones
Exactly.
that they like to put on TV. That's the only ones that they promote on social media. Well, now it's getting a little better. I will say that. Social media is getting a little better with promoting like the brown and dark skin Cape Verdeans. But like even at my ripe age of 26, there's sometimes where I will like meet like a random person, whether at the airport, whatever, and they'll ask me what I am. And usually people don't know what Cape Verdean is, but whenever I do say I'm Cape Verdean, a lot of times they're like, "Well, you don't look Cape Verdean." I'm
What am I supposed to look like? Yeah.
like,
It's crazy.
sorry, like sorry, I don't meet your expectation of what
But like
like
society, yeah,
and then
exactly.
why is it a knock to look more African than you do
Exactly.
European?
Exactly.
So that's
So it's like it comes all comes with it, right? Puerto
yeah.
Ricans are a mix between Africans,
Mhm.
Spaniards, and Tainos,
Yeah.
which is the indigenous in Puerto Rico. And I am mostly African, And people don't know that, but my
Mhm.
ancestry DNA, the majority is African. So that's how I look, like the way I look.
Yeah.
And it turns in like there's a lot of like race slur and talk during the show, and like
Yeah.
how dare she, like, and a lot of hate coming from all
Mhm.
types,
Did
right?
they discredit you for claiming Afro Latina?
Oh, all the time.
Mm.
I even had that with my spouse.
Oh.
He was like, "Well, you're not black." I'm like,
All right, let's get into it. like, how are you gonna tell me
"What
what
I
I
am?"
identify as?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Like I am a mix. I
Yeah.
am very, very, very well mixed,
Mhm.
and but it I have it in a back at home. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm strange, we're foreign to the
Yeah.
subject because I'm seeing it online. So
You're
it doesn't come to, you
subjected
know what I'm
from it.
saying? Like you
Mhm.
just it got to the point that you're gonna stop hearing, listening to what people think you are or who you are,
Mhm.
and just be sure of yourself and be like, I know who I am,
Right.
and I'm not gonna let you label me.
Right. And I feel
Period.
like that takes like a lot of like healing to do is kind of just
Mm-hmm.
finding yourself and you know learning how to be true to yourself. And so like it seems like you're in a very like, transitional period and you're owning it and you're riding those waves and you're finding identity outside of, you're outgrowing your old identity and into your
Mm-hmm.
new one. So like how has that transition been for you?
Oh, it's been great in terms of like, obviously, it comes with a lot of pain.
Mm,
It comes with a lot of like tears. It comes with a lot of resilience. Like
mm,
one of character that is very character trait that I admire most of myself is my resilience.
mm-hmm.
I am a very resilient person, and I'm not gonna give up. I'm not a quitter. That's not. Mama didn't raise no bitch, so
Yeah.
come from like a single mom household, and she took upon herself to raise 5 kids by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a great role model, you know.
Yeah.
And yes, life has given me enough hurdles and a lot of steps that I to be where I'm at today. And like, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of like self introspection,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, just making sure that the noise that I've been receiving turn it into purpose.
Yeah.
Talking about cyberbullying, talking about self worth, talking about
Mm-hmm.
um and the funny stuff too, you know, like fashion and like the fun stuff and the traveling and
Yeah.
everything and being done with an intention,
Mm.
because intention and purpose go together when there is a meaning behind it.
Right. So how did you know when it was like, okay, it's time for me to shed this past, shed this past skin and really step into something new? Like, what was it for you that made you like, okay, this is my new chapter. I'm just gonna own it.
I think honestly, there is not like one determination point to say like, "Ah, this is the point that I'm going to change,
Mm.
and
So
I'm
it wasn't
going to."
like an epiphany. It was
No,
like a
it was just a matter of like you can come and you can make yourself and build yourself back from the rubbles and
mm.
still radiate, and that's what happened with me.
Right.
And I believe that definitely when I was diagnosed with the fibromyalgia was a really
Mm-hmm.
waking call, and my body was like enough.
Mm.
And now it looks very different, my day to day, because of my condition. But I've learned
Right.
to take things slow. It looks way slower than it looked
Yeah.
maybe 4 years ago.
And that's something that I also don't see publicized a lot is like people who are dealing with chronic illness. Um,
And
we
it's
don't
and it's
really
and
see
it's
the
and it's looking
representation.
upon upon, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like I ask myself now daily, like, okay, what is gonna bring me peace today?
Mm.
Sometimes is my body is in a lot of pain, so that means I need to rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently not great in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like my illness, and I'm like, well, I can push a little bit and knowing my limits
Yeah.
and listening to my body. Sometimes it's saying no. Sometimes it's not necessarily posting a content that is gonna perform well. Is what I really need to like say. Like the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I feel like shit.
Period.
Like I'm not gonna come here and
Yeah.
like smile
Mhm.
and it's not necessarily look like it's not applaud to be honest. Like I've
Yeah.
had people tell me, Lydia, but like brands want to see more of like positive and like laughing. Like social media is already like the world is already like a dark place. So it's a balance,
Yeah.
definitely. Because I also understand that like you don't necessarily go to social media because you want to be reminded every day of the negative, but at the same time be real.
And
So it's a
representation is a big
yes,
thing in that because, like I said, I
and it's
haven't seen
awareness
enough of it to
exactly.
really know what
What
someone who's
fibromyalgia is
battling.
allowed.
I don't even know what that is. Tell me what that is.
People don't know what
What
fibromyalgia is,
like
and
what is it
it's a
consist of?
chronic illness
Okay.
that consists on affecting your nerve system.
Mm.
Your body's full of nerves,
Mhm.
so all of your nerves are affected by this. That
Yeah.
means that I am fighting every day
Mhm.
against my body.
Mm.
There's one theory that says that the brain and the body are disconnected.
Yeah.
So the brain it keeps sending signals and the body's not responding.
Yeah.
When it's kind of like a delay, like you send
Oh.
something to the computer and the computer freezes.
Mhm.
And then when the computer arrives and then you like see the 25 million tabs open up,
Yeah.
imagine that but in pain.
Oof.
And
Girl.
it just attacks you and you're in a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And then the brain gets very depressed, gets inside anxious, it gets tired, it gets foggy. The
Mm.
brain fog that I'm currently having, well, you already saw it.
Girl.
I was like,
That's my daily brain fog.
and it's like, it's getting worse because it's like
Mm.
I'll be halfway to a conversation and I completely forget what I'm
Mhm.
saying. The depression, the anxiety that comes with
Mhm.
it, the fatigue. I
Right.
can rest the entire day
Mhm.
and be like I didn't rest at all the next day.
Right.
The pain is so bad. Like I've had a headache for the past 4 days and it's not
Mm.
going away.
Girl.
And I thought I was sick and I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better today, but it's like, it's bad.
Yeah.
And something as silly as like, if I take a little bit of water, your bladder has nerves.
Yeah.
So it thinks that you're full.
Oh,
And I have to go to the bathroom like I'm a pregnant woman.
that's crazy.
And it's like, damn. And
Yeah.
it's so inconvenient because I have to
Mhm.
wake up multiple times at night
Mhm.
to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And it's like, oh, it was nothing, but I needed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like when you get a urine infection, and you like need without
Mhm.
the clamp, but
Yeah.
that's how it feels like. Something like that is a symptom of fibromyalgia.
Mm. And it's crazy because, like I said, there's not a lot of representation, but
Mm-mm.
it's like if you've ever gone through, an ailment in the body, like it is a scary feeling not feeling safe in your
Oh
body.
yeah,
Like, it's a scary
it
feeling.
got to the point because I was like, damn it, like again, like what another hurdle, like another me, like it was an issue in my marriage, so it was like I have to learn to work with my pain.
Mm.
My body is my owner,
Right.
and I have to listen to it.
Mhm.
And you would be like, well, what's that supposed to mean? Was that supposed to mean that if I feel like crap and I have 25 things to do that day, they're
Yeah.
probably going to be canceled.
Right.
Because if not, I'm going to pay the price.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, with the lack of awareness of fibromyalgia,
Yeah.
comes a lot of ignorance,
Mhm.
comes a lot of like people telling you, but you just have to think more positive.
Yeah.
That is just mental.
Mhm.
Ah, you just need to go do yoga.
Pain is temporary.
It's hey,
Have you
go.
tried drinking
It's
tea?
cute. I'm like, well, if you really think it will be icy, you think, yeah, I would have not done it myself already. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's like, and people see me like, oh my God, yes, you're working out. I'm like, yes, I'm doing it with pain.
Right. And you're still
I'm not
soldiering
better.
through.
I'm not better. I'm literally fighting every day against my body,
Yeah.
and it's exhausting. So if you have someone that have chronic illness around you, a friend, a loving family, it's not when they come to you and tell you, "Oh, I'm in pain,"
Mhm.
or "This happened to me." They don't need a fixing thing because there's nothing you can really do.
Mhm.
It's more of, "I hear you. What can I do to make you feel better?
Mm.
What do you need?" if you just needed listening ear, because sometimes it's just a listening ear.
Yeah.
I want to complain, bitch, how hard, much my fucking fingers hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want somebody to feel, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Empathy.
Yeah.
It's all about empathy. So don't say you need to think more positive, because that's toxic positivity, by the way. Don't
Yeah.
say, oh, you just need to go do yoga. Don't say, no, we don't need another item on our list to check off because you said that that's what is going to work. Because believe me, you will not know better than the
The doctor.
group of
Yeah.
doctors that I have, that between all of them, I'm pretty sure they have more than 100 years of experience.
Girl, when I mean, I didn't go through anything to that magnitude, but I did have I had suffered cystic acne due to I went through a really like depressive, anxious phase, and the medication I took triggered cystic acne. I never had acne before in my
Oh
life.
my
It was like my
God.
whole face was like, girl, it was
Oh, it's
gross.
not that serious. Oh, or they will be able to.
And then, girl, when they start prescribing you shit, like, did you try drinking tea tree oil? Like, get away from me. Like, try washing your
All the
face
time. Well,
with dial soap. Like,
the most outrageous
yeah,
thing is like,
you'll be on medication, and then they're telling you,
yeah,
oh no, you need to do this. Like, so if the doctor's suggestion didn't help, what makes you think your suggestion
is gonna help. And like, yes, like, okay, we can do the holistic medicine and all that
Yeah.
approach. I have nothing against it. Sometimes it works,
Yeah, sometimes it does.
but I'm saying like, not necessarily because I'm country it means that I need a solution from you.
Yeah.
And also, like, when I got diagnosed, people were like, "You're so dramatic. At least it's not cancer."
Oof.
I'm like,
Ooh.
mhm.
You know, another
Yeah,
instance of them
I
not
I I I am
trying.
aware that
Mm-hmm.
there's people that have it worse.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me.
Right.
That doesn't make me feel better. That
Exactly.
doesn't make me feel like, oh my God, yay, I have a chronic
Hey,
illness.
let
And
me
I'm
go
gonna,
be grateful. Let me go be
let me
grateful
be
now.
grateful for that.
Literally.
So it's a process, and I think it's
Right.
also like sometimes you feel like you're a burden more than anything because it
Mm-hmm.
has something that has happened to me more than once that I
Yeah.
feel like I'm burning, and I'm like, okay, I'm like just gonna keep it to myself today and
Right.
not talk to anyone because I feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
So it's like, so going through all of this and like publicly, do you think that like, it is more like therapeutic for you to, you know, let everyone know like the not just the good things that are happening, but also like the very transparent, the very hard things that are happening. Do you find positivity in that? Does that help you in going through what you're going through?
I think like when I feel like very down,
Mhm.
I I grab my phone,
Mhm.
and yes, there's a lot of hate, but there's triple of love.
Mm,
And yeah, maybe they might be one or two comments are negative, but there are
yeah.
25 that are positive.
Right.
And it's like I've created my own village within my
Mhm.
social media, within Houston, within my friends that have like, obviously it's a learning curve. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I have to be patient because they don't know or X or Y or Z. And I think it's more than in myself. And I'm saying like, yes, I'm healing and I'm in
Yeah.
this journey that I have to give myself grace. I have forgiven myself for a lot of stuff because that's the first thing that you should do.
Yeah.
With anything you're doing, forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on like, what if not? Because healing doesn't mean you're gonna forget who you were, who you are.
Mm,
It's about loving that woman that survived it.
right.
And that's what I've done.
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily like, oh, you think we're positive now, or is it a minor positive outcome? It's more like, well, I'm gonna feel like shit every day, and let's just make the best out of
Right.
it.
I love that mindset. It's like, we're just gonna keep moving forward. Like,
Yeah, I'm
there's
not a
gonna be
quitter.
room
I'm not
for
gonna quit. I know I'm not gonna
Mhm.
quit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going.
Right. Because I mean, I think it is also very extremely hard to like love yourself in all phases,
Oh my
even
God,
even in
yes.
the dark periods, like to look
Yes.
back on your worst
Yes.
days and be like, I forgive her. I get it. I get it. I'm not her anymore, but I'm not going to hate her.
Exactly.
for what what
It's
she
about
went through.
it's about loving that person in all stages. And yes, I outgrew who I was in the show, but I love her.
Mm.
And I want first I cringe myself when I see the TV. I don't want to see myself. I would do it on the show, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't see myself. Like I don't like that. It's
Mm.
terrible. I remember like previous like casts saying like, "Oh, it's so cringy." It is cringy, and it's like, "Shut up!" Or like, "Oh my god,
I
oh,
did
I
that.
did that. Why my hair looks like? Oh my
Oh no.
god!" Like we're our
Yeah, our
worst
worst critics.
critics, and I cannot really stand watching myself my
Mhm.
season, but I do want to hug her. Like
Mm.
every time this season came and like I was crying and I was like, I want to hug her. One
Mhm.
of the things like my therapist showed me or informed me because like in order for me to be less judgmental of myself,
Yeah.
imagine yourself as a third person, Lydia.
Mhm.
This is your friend. She has her master's degree. She has traveled outside of her house
Mhm.
alone and moved 3 times in different states by herself.
Mm.
She's successful in her career,
Mm.
has done X, Y, and Z. What do you think about that girl?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I like
damn,
her.
she's amazing. And I kept telling myself, and even when I announced and everything in that podcast, I'm like, for her, I will go to war
Mm. Yeah.
because I've never met someone so caring,
Mm.
genuine, pathetic, loving as that girl,
Yeah.
as that woman that I am today.
Yeah.
And I know I'm an exceptional woman. I
Mhm.
have done my shares of mistakes,
Yeah.
done my share of, "Whew, you should have not done that." But they're just made me of the person that I am today. And for that, I cannot be regretful. And I don't owe the public perfection. I owe myself honesty.
Mm, authenticity. I really do admire that about, just watching on social media is that you come off very authentic. I don't see like a performance. I see like, like you said, like some days you're just like, okay, I'm not in the mood for this. And some days like, you're super vibrant and you're super positive and you're super this. So I think it's like it's very it's exceptional to see that,
Yeah, thank
to see a
you. Thank
multi-dimensional
you.
woman.
And
Um,
honestly, I do it for those people that come to my DMs. I do read them. I might not have the time to respond to all of you, but I do read
mhm,
them. And all those women that come to me and say, Lydia, thank you for your, because you made me realize that it's okay to choose myself. Thank you because X or Y or Z that happened made me think about my situation. And I have decided to end this relationship that is not giving me any good. And it's okay to choose
mm,
myself. Thank you for being so authentic. It's such a refreshing air. Thank you for talking about fibromyalgia because I feel like shit and nobody knows what it really goes for. And you make me feel heard. That's why I do what I do
mm,
because there's nothing more heartwarming
yeah,
than hearing someone say, you're an inspiration. And that's why I always want to say, like, I don't really love the word influence. Like, I don't want to influence you on
yeah,
anything. I want to inspire you.
right.
Point blank, period.
I think that's the best way for people to really figure out how to move on with their situation is to see someone else in that situation because you can read all the self-help books you want.
And
You
we
can,
grew
yeah.
up like there was
Mhm.
nobody like looked like us on TV
Mhm.
or it,
Yeah.
we didn't grow up with social media. Like
Mhm.
we grew up kids not being our seeing ourselves in the world
Yeah,
and
exactly.
not really like showing like, oh well, she handled it this way or she acts this way or
Mhm.
like life doesn't come with an instruction manual and you make the best out of it with what you have. And I think in every stage and chapter of my life has been
Mm.
I did the best that I could
Right.
with what I had.
With what I had. Oh, I love that saying. I always say that, like, well, I did what I did, but like that was like I did my best at the time, right? And
And I
so,
know,
yeah,
and you know that you do your best because at least for me, I'm a perfectionist, and
yeah,
I've learned not to be a perfectionist.
mm-hmm,
And there's no one that's gonna judge me harder than myself.
oh
So
yeah,
therefore, I know I did my best.
yeah,
And yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's times I'm like, ah, I should have said this, or
Mm-hmm.
I should have not done that, or I should have not said that. But what are you gonna do with that?
Right. So, like, for the girls who, it took a lot to, and put a lot in their relationships. Um, what is like one, motivating advice that you would give them to like not be afraid to like step beyond the relationship that you feel like you just put so much stock in? Because that's really it. That has been something in my life that has been really hard to do.
Yeah. I think like most importantly, and to all those people watching and women that are like, how can I do it? Do it with fear.
Mm,
Do it with what lies you up, but do it. Fear is the biggest liar that you can have.
mm-hmm,
I've done everything in my life that I can think of with fear alongside.
mm,
Let it ride in the back seat, but don't let it drive.
mm,
I feel that there's a point in pull and black period for me in my situation that my peace and my self worth were being destroyed.
mm,
And that's when I had to say enough and I have to choose myself. Because if my ex partner was choosing himself and loving himself, and I was loving him, who was loving Lydia?
right. Mm,
And that's when I was like, no, this has to end. And it's not a matter of like, oh, the easy way out or anything. And the fear is a fear, but fear is just a big liar. Fear will be disguise of protection, but it's just delay.
the fear of the unknown. I think that was what has hindered me
But it
from just
doesn't, yes,
getting
but it
up and
doesn't tell you
leaving.
the future. It
Yeah.
just reminds you of your past.
Mm,
And you just have to remember that.
I love that. I'm gonna write that down because I was in the past. We're talking forward now. We're
Yes.
that's the
Fear
old
will just
me, but
remind
like
you of your past. It
the
will not
old
tell you the
me.
future.
Yes.
Fear will tell you it's safe to stay steady
Yeah.
when you need to move.
And it doesn't show you all the good that can come whenever you jump
Mm-mm.
off that ledge, you know?
And believe me, I did everything with fear. I was so scared. With
Mm-hmm.
my voice trembling, with my tears. When I did the podcast announcing, I was so afraid.
Oh.
I was so nervous.
Mm.
My voice was trembling. You
Mm-hmm.
can see it on my eyes, the fear, but I did it. And I
Mm-hmm.
am so proud of myself that I did it.
Yes.
And those are the moments that you're like, I put myself back together and here
Mm.
I am.
Right. And I'm so much beyond
Yes,
what
and your
was.
spark will come back.
Yes.
But you need to make sure that you're choosing yourself first and foremost.
I do want to talk about getting that spark back. So what is like one boundary ritual mindset that's helping you show up for Lydia
Oh
these
my
days?
God, I love that question because one of the things that people kept asking me, like, oh, well, what do you hold yourself accountable and like that relationship not working? I left, I chose the things to happen. Like, not that I chose the things to happen, but more that I let things happen that I was not supposed to let happen.
Mm.
I didn't respect my non negotiables. I didn't respect my boundaries. I had no limits because I wanted to make sure that the marriage worked. I wanted to make sure that I was not a divorced woman, like the fear of
Mm.
failure.
So did that come from like being like was it cultural? Because I know traditionally like
My
there's a lot
mom
of
is a
pressures.
divorced woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't want to be a divorced woman.
Mm,
I
okay.
think I went to marriage because I wanted to be married.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to find my person. I wanted to have my forever. And to be honest, I miss being a wife. I
Mm.
miss it so much. However, I don't miss the person that I was doing it with.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is very telling.
Mm-hmm.
My spark came back when I was able to really feel all my feelings,
Mm-hmm.
release all my feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing all that I have done to get out. And that I was proud of myself,
Mm-hmm.
that I chose me. And
Yeah.
one of the lessons that you need to choose yourself, you need to respect your boundaries. Doesn't matter. They're not pink flags, they're red flags.
Yeah.
Don't ignore them. they're they're there for a reason. And one of the things that I'm never not gonna do is not to trust my gut intuition.
Mm.
I feel like I'm a little witchy in that area, and if you
Yeah.
want to call me that, but it has never failed me. Your gut instinct, it will never fail you. And I was watching TikTok the other day, and it said that your gut instinct will come as an affirmation, and your anxiety will come as a question.
Mm.
And I'm like, ooh, I like that.
that.
Another one, another
Right?
picture.
Right now. Yeah, I love how you mentioned the red flags because it's like, y'all,
We ignore them. We're like,
we
oh
ignore
no,
them.
I
But you
love
know what comes
you.
after
Yeah.
running those red lights? It's a crash. You run a red light, you're most likely gonna get into a
And
horrific crash.
you'll know, because I feel like with everybody that I've dated in the past, even before my marriage, like there's a thing that told me, don't, no, this is not for you.
Mm.
Walk out. And I
Yeah.
stayed.
Mm.
And I think like now with my marriage, I that's the biggest lesson for me. You need to stop. And I need to stop proving myself to
Yeah.
people to
You're
love
already it.
me.
You're
I
already
am
it.
it.
That
I am
girl.
a
That
girl.
girl.
Yeah, period.
I love that. And before we wrap up, I want to play a little game.
I'm excited. Okay, bring it on.
Yes, we're gonna play a game. And I want you to finish the sentence.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. A healed woman is blank.
A healed woman is happy with her decisions.
I love that. I love that because it ain't easy to make bad decisions and still stand 10 toes behind it. It's not easy.
It's like is a healed woman is someone putting herself out there, even though the first thing that you can happen, which happened,
Mm-hmm.
I put myself out there, put my tiptoe, and rejection was the first thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was like, I am proud of myself.
Yeah.
I did that. I was rejected, but I'm okay.
Right. Exactly. And I love that. And I love this whole
So you
I
have
love
to
your
be, yeah, you have to be happy with the decisions you make, and I think that's gonna tell you how healed you are.
I just think your mindset in general is very like emotionally evolved for
Yes.
sure. And I really thank you so much for sharing your insight with us and
Thank you
sharing
for
your
having
experiences.
me.
And it definitely motivated me. And this
Aw.
conversation definitely healed me a little more, you
Oh,
know.
I love
Already.
that. I
Already.
love that. Oh, you're making me blush.
Like I'm writing some stuff down. Literally, it's because your lived experience. That's proof that life gets better. Like the
Like
rough
it
patch,
does,
it
it
gets
does.
better.
And you know, there's this. I've been meaning to do it. The trend of like, people look at me like I don't know ball.
She
When I
knows
tell you
ball.
what I know ball, I know ball.
Yeah.
I'll put that reel out for you very soon.
Let us know because we see the spark back
Yeah.
now, but me as like I met you recently, so I didn't see
The not sparking
I didn't
vibe.
see the
It was
unsparkling.
honestly like looking at my pictures and me smiling, and I was like, my spark is gone. And I kept like forcing myself and like doing myself also TMS therapy. I have to give it a shout out. It does work. It's transcranial stimulation.
I've been wanting to do that.
That's amazing. Do it. If you had any hesitation, this is the time. I'm telling you, you need to do it. I know it's a sacrifice in terms of like being sitting there for 20 minutes, and it takes a lot in a weekly basis, but it's gonna be worth it at the end.
I love that.
I promise you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. And let us know where we can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at LAVG, and on TikTok as Lydia Arleen. And yeah, and that's basically it.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Healing Hour podcast. If you liked today's episode, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going on social media at the Healing Hour Pod. Thank you. Till next time.